Hey guys! So today will be the first time that I will be on a plane, so come with me for the journey. This is my carry-on and my personal bag, and then these are my two checked bags. So this is the first airport, and it was pretty simple here. And boarding and check-in and everything was fine. It was good. Okay guys, so I just got me a tea and a snacky snack. And guess how much they ran me? $11.20.
Have been. Small mobile devices may be secured on you or in your seat
Getting on the
pocket.
plane and it taking off, and it was just a real beautiful view. I didn't get up very high to where I could show y'all the clouds, but seeing the town and the city and looking so small, it was such a nice and new experience, and I loved it. I thought I was going to be scared, but it was really one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been through. So now I am at Atlanta Airport, and it's a lot more packed. And yeah, this airport was pretty, but I did not know where I was going, and I was extremely lost. But I had people to help me, so that was good. Oh yeah, and of course they had the screens,
regulations require all passengers to
it was a good time. I love Delta Airlines. Delta has my heart officially. And then a little fit check when I was done. Okay, so here's my final review. So, as for my first time flying, that wasn't that bad. It was a lot more smooth than I expected it to be. Okay, but I will say, the Atlanta airport was not the best experience, but it could have been worse. So what happened was, it was such a big place, and then there was a whole bunch of stores and stuff, so it was hard for me to figure out which gate to go to. So I asked somebody, and then they told me to go find the little train that was in the airport. So I went on the train, and it was gonna take me to whatever gate or something like that. So I got on the train, and there was nowhere to sit or whatever, and so I didn't have anything to hold on to, and I was just standing, and all of a sudden the freaking train moves and I fall. I almost fall, but this sweet girl reached grabbed my arm and told me to come stand by her. So thank you to whoever that girl was at the Atlanta airport. And then after I got off the train to try to find the gate, I didn't know where to go, and people could tell that I was kind of hectic in my mind. I was just walking around in circles trying to look for signs to tell me where to go. And 3 people at the same time was like, "Where are you trying to go?" And I was like, "I'm trying to go to gate I think it was G17 or something." So then they told me just to go up the stairs. No, it was A something, not that it matters. But I went up the stairs and I found it. So that was good that people were nice enough to see that I did not know what I was doing. So as a first time flyer, that was good to have people, because I was looking for a worker, but I couldn't find any workers down there. They need to have workers everywhere, because their signs were misguiding. But yeah, that was my first time flying, and I rate it a 7 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for the como se dice, for how hectic and unorganized it was. But since then I have been on another plane. Let me retract. The first plane I had to do a transfer. That's why I got off in Atlanta and then got on to another one. But yeah, that transfer, I think plane rides are so easy that it's not bad, but it gets a little hectic if you have a transfer, and especially if it's quick transfer. But if you know where you are and you've been at the airport before and you know where to go, then yeah, you're fine. But me not being at that airport ever in my life, it was kind of iffy for me. So since then I've been on another plane, and this was a different airline. So the last time I went to Delta Airline, and Delta Airline so far is for the win. 10 out of 10. I will leave them a million reviews if I felt like it, but I don't. But yeah, they were the best airline for sure. They make sure I took care of. I was entertained the whole time because they had a TV screen on the back of the thing, and I watched Mean Girls for the first time. I know. It's it's an old one and everybody almost seen it, but I haven't, and I enjoyed watching it. I watched that and I listened to some bangers. They also had where you can listen to music and stuff. So I give Delta Airlines 10 out of 10 for sure. American Airlines, I do not. You are not my favorite. You are probably you're not terrible, but you're not my type. You're like a 3.5 out of 10. And because you could do better. You could do so much better. But I mean, it gets me to where I'm going, so I'm not going to complain too much. But the transfer for that was difficult too. So what made me irritated was that there was, what's the word I'm looking for? So I was trying to find my gate, and the freaking directions to finding your gate was terrible. And this has nothing to do with American Airlines. This has to do with, what airport was this? Chicago Airport. So your directions, Chicago Airport, were not very helpful. And if y'all see that, y'all need to fix it, please and thank you. Okay. Anyways, beyond the point, their airline, American Airline, I don't know what I was getting to, but anyways, Chicago Airport. So tell me why I'm looking for, now this is the one that's G, I'm looking for G, and they have all the G's, but, okay, so it has G through, let's just say 20 or something. So G 1 through 1 through 12 is upstairs, and I'm trying to get to 13 or something like that. So I'm upstairs looking at all the gates, and I'm like, why don't I see a G13? So they do G through 12, and then they skip to 15, 16, 17, and they have G 13 and 14 downstairs. Now tell me, does that make any sense? No, it just doesn't. And then the sign wasn't even big enough to tell you that those two numbers were downstairs, which if they were going to do it like that, I don't know, they just shouldn't have done it like that, is what I'm trying to get to. And I freaking hate escalators. Like, ooh, I had to go down an escalator. There's no point. So, yeah. So, first time flying wasn't bad. It's just, you got to get used to the airport. And if you ever have to do a transfer, if you don't have a long layover, just try to have a peaceful mind, because it's not as bad as it seems unless you make it that bad. So, just breathe through it and seek help if you don't know where you're at. And if you can't find a worker, sometimes people will see that you're hectic and reach out to you. If not, just be like, hey, what gate are you going to? And if they say G or something, don't ask a person that looks like they're in a rush though. So, but people just came up to me and was like, hey, where you going? You look lost. And that was nice. So, yeah, that's my review. Have a good day.